All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've got some very, very exciting news. It's happened. We've gotten the reveal of the final hero that's going to be releasing with Darkest Dungeon 1.0, and it is our boy, the Flagellant, or the Flagellant, or the Flag, or the Flaggy. I don't know. I don't actually. I always just call him Flagellant, but I think there's. I think it's Flagellant. I think is technically how it's said. But he's here, and there is a whole article with some really interesting stuff talking about this. I'm gonna go over this article. We're gonna read through it together. This is exciting. I'm really excited that this is the hero that they chose to went with, and they've made some very interesting design choices with him that I think will kind of satisfy, at least they did for me, just looking at it, kind of the I want a new hero, but I also want some of the returning heroes, and it's kind of a mix match of the both of them. So we're going to read through this article. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Best Buy. Sorry for these huge ads. This is the exclusive interview that Red Hook did with PC Gamer magazine or website, whatever it's called, and this is where this information has been revealed. The link to this article will be in the description below. Also, before we get started, if you like all things Darkest Dungeon 2 or even Darkest Dungeon 1 and you want to stay up to date with news of the game as we get ready for launch, and you want to be there when we're ready for launch and we're going through this and we're going through all the new content, do consider subscribing to the channel. It helps out loads. Seriously, it makes a big difference. So let's get on into this. A fan favorite is returning as Darkest Dungeon 2's final launch character, and he's looking worse than ever. The Flagellant may have been flagellating a bit too much in the intervening years. So here's our first image of the flag, and as you can see, there's some changes to him. Right, if you remember what the flag used to look like, he was a beefy dude, and he really liked the color red because he made everything bleed. Well, now we've got a decrepit zombie boy, and he does all things blight, it seems like. So we'll take a look through the images and whatnot, and let's read through the article. As we approach Darkest Dungeon 2's 1.0 release on May 8th, Red Hook Studios has revealed the final character coming to the grimdark roguelike, the Flagellant. I'm going to call him the Flagellant. I know it's Flagellant. I just case Flagellant, whatever. Nasty Man is far worse than for wear than he appeared to be in the original Darkest Dungeon, and he brings with him a blight-focused, high-risk playstyle that's unconventional, adding to his appeal as a pain-loving weirdo. So this is pretty reminiscent of how he played in the first game. He was definitely, besides the blight, we're just switching bleed for blight, but he was definitely a high risk, right? You kind of wanted him at low health. You were definitely doing damage to him to heal other people. All the abilities have been listed here, so we'll go through that as well. Flagellant showed up in his first, so he's a DLC character for Crimson Court, and yes, here he is here. So we got him doing an attack called Punish here. Very cool. Here he is at the crossroads, looking really nasty here. Look at that. Just love how gaunt he looks. You can see his veins. His nose is missing. Like, that's crazy, man. He's looking wild. And it is Damien, so this is like the canonical Flagellant for sure. Here he is at the inn taking a nap, just snoozing. He just looks like he's passed out, dude. It's pretty funny. Here he is using one of his abilities, Sepsis. We'll go through his abilities here in a bit, but you can see this is you might have seen this kind of looking attack that the Cardinal has this, and also the Shrine fight that the flag was in with the Vestal look like this. So I don't know what's up with this Void ability, but hey, pretty cool. Here he is with the team just hanging out. Really cool thing here is you can see some of the icons. Really love the art for these. I don't know what these are, but like love the bleed or the blight focused art. Very cool. And yeah, that's pretty neat. Here he is using Lash's gift, so he's got a self heal here. Pretty cool. So similar to his DD1 incarnation, does his best work when he's at death's door. The near-death state characters reach at 0 HP. He can spend health to fuel his own attacks, so some of his attacks seem to damage him, and also tank damage meant for other characters, so it seems he might have some taunt or something along those lines. If you're trying to cut toxic people out of your life, well, you're playing the wrong game. But also, Flag's unique stress response in-game is literally called toxic, like his rapturous state. So I'm assuming this is in lieu of his meltdown, because they're talking about his rapturous, so rapturous and was his affliction state in DD1. So now he has one called Toxic, which is good. That's reminiscent. This is kind of his unique thing. Again, I'm sorry for the ads here. You're just gonna have to deal with them. I'm not sponsored by any of these people. Red Hook says the flag's custom stress response impacts him less than a meltdown, so he probably gets less pips reduced and maybe less health damage. Reduces his health to a threshold where those abilities are immediately available. So I'm guessing he has some abilities that are restricted to a low health threshold, so this will immediately reduce him to that threshold while refreshing his cooldown. So that's pretty cool. So you can use, so if you just used an ability or something and he ends up melting down or going toxic, he can use them again. Pretty cool. The poison thing extends to his kit. The flag was always a creep, but now he's practically a walking corpse from all of his punishment he endured. Through sheer force of will, the flag survives on the furthest fringe of mortality, probably morality too. He savors the sensations of perpetual undying death, Red Hook explains. As his body begins to rot, his blood and organs became septic, and his power began to reflect a toxic, necrotic archetype. Ooh, I really like what they've done with this. I think this is it's still true to the flag, but also gives him a new spin, which is really interesting. Flag is all about blight now, inflicting the damage over time effect with many of his abilities, which Red Hook broke down with brief descriptions for us. So we have all of 11 of his abilities here, which is really cool. Punish, that's a flail ability. We've got Fester, which destroys a corpse on the battlefield, blighting those around it. So that's pretty cool. We've got some corpse mechanics. I really enjoy having more of those since the enemies have a lot of them. Corpses have more of a prevalent relevancy in the game as it is right now. Deathless, the flag sacrifices his own body to restore another hero's health. He's got a direct heal, which is interesting. Endure relieves a party member of stress at the cost of his own mind, so he can do some stress healing. I'm assuming it may be kind of a net negative in the sense that he takes less stress than he relieves. At least that's hopefully how it works. Lash's gift strikes him with his flail, raising his own health while buffing an ally's strength and defenses. So I'm assuming that will give strength and block tokens or something along those lines. Maybe I mean, defenses make me think block, but it could be dodge as well. But it seems like this will actually give somebody tokens while healing himself, which is pretty interesting. Acid Rain, this is the same as his old kind of back row attack, I'm assuming, where he'll be able to shove acid down people's shit, which is interesting. This is one of the really cool abilities. More. The flag covets pain, using it to heal himself after drawing enemy attacks. So drawing enemy attacks makes me think that this will give him a taunt and that he will heal himself instead of taking damage. I'm not quite sure. Or takes damage. The way this worked in the shrine, I think it was that you did damage, but then it healed him. So I don't know if it's like it'll always do more than the damage incoming, or it'll just heal a little bit. I don't know. Suffer relieves a party member of their dots by taking it upon himself. Okay, so we've got a couple abilities like this already. This one feels a little... I'm hoping there's a little bit more to this one. Sepsis inflicts tremendous blight while recovering from the brink of death. So I'm guessing this will heal him off. Maybe he has to be on death's door for this one, or very close to death's door for this one, but it does like a huge amount of blight. So that's interesting. Undying injures himself to provide regeneration for another. So this feels very similar to Deathless, right? Except this one gives regen instead of a heal. So, okay. And Necrosis strikes down all blight-infected foes. That's interesting, all blight-infected foes. So I'm guessing anybody who has blight, this could be a cleave, right? A cleave attack. While his own flesh knits back together, another self-heal. So he's got a lot of self-heals, he's got a lot of heals, he's got a lot of blight, some interesting moves. Now, by the way, there's more to this. New boss spoilers and images below. So if you don't want spoilers for the new mini boss that's been revealed, now is your time to click off. I'm really surprised that they revealed all this information. I thought they were going to keep a lot of this secret, but here it is. The flag also brings the promise of a new enemy. Having cheated death one too many times, tisk tisk, he is now pursued by death herself. Armed with a scythe astride a pale horse, this mini-boss encounter has a chance of triggering after every battle victory with the flag in your party. So it's restricted to the flag being in your party. I don't know how I feel about that, but cool, we got a mini-boss. Her skills are particularly designed to bypass the flag's considerable death blow resistance. So basically, she's made as a counter to the flag and like all of his like super cool abilities. The uncertainty of her appearance and her lethal combat potential makes death a real threat to any expedition. Surviving her her attack will reward players with a special item, the Death's Head Flower. I don't know if this is a combat item. I don't know if this is a trinket. I don't know if this is a deliverable, maybe. They've been doing more of those recently, so who knows? We'll have to see what that does. The flag will also feature a fleshed out playable backstory like the other characters, so he will have shrines, which is really good, and he'll be coming to when the game leaves early access in May. Look at this. Look at this, man. I can't make this full screen. Look at this fight, though. God damn. So this is Death. Really interesting design here. Definitely going for the kind of like the horsewoman of the apocalypse theme here. If you have that like phobia of like holes, probably not a good thing there. But yeah, so that's all there is to that. So very, very interesting stuff for sure. I'm really excited to see how this kind of plays out, and how he feels as a character. But yeah, I think this is a really cool take. I know a lot of people were thinking it might be the Abomination when they posted the teaser yesterday, and some people even thought it might be the Crusader. I know a lot of people are excited for the flag. I know a lot of people wish it was a different hero. We all knew that like some people would be disappointed. So I think as far as how they handled this, I think this is a really cool direction to go. We'll have to see how he plays out. Hopefully, the one thing I'm a little worried about is that he maybe has too many things going for him. He sounds really fun to play, like almost too fun to play. That there are other heroes that are like, you know, there. But who knows? We'll have to see how that goes. So yeah, very interesting stuff. But yeah, so super excited to see this. The game comes out on May 8th. We've got like what? Like less than a month now. It's the 19th today, so we've got what, like maybe just over 2 weeks before the game comes out. So super exciting. I'm ready for it. So I hope you all are super excited about it. Thanks for watching this video. If you do like this kind of content and you want to catch all of that good stuff, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll catch you all in the next video.